although it's not. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I have a story time video for you guys today. I have another one, and this one is a little juicy, so I hope you guys enjoy it. I was debating on whether or not I was even gonna do this video, just cause it's like, it's kind of like a sensitive subject, I guess you could say. But yeah, it happened to me like not too long ago, like a couple months ago. So that's why I was like, it's a little fresh, didn't really know if I want to talk about it, but we're gonna talk about it today. Okay, so from the title you guys can see that I was talking to, or I don't even want to say I was kind of dating, but like I was talking to like a married man, but I did not know he was married. Let's make that clear. I did not know. I met this guy when I was out and about. I don't really want to specifically say where, because I'm really trying not to give out too many details, because it's just like I said, it's just kind of, anyways. But I met him like while I was out and about, and he's an older gentleman, much older than I've ever dated or ever entertained. He was close to my parents' age. My parents are like in their mid to late 40s, so he was around that age. So he didn't look it. He looked like he was like 32 or like 35. So I didn't like, yeah. So he was like 32 or 35. So we ended up talking. He ended up striking up a conversation with me, and it just kind of went from there. And we just was like talking for like a long time. So we ended up exchanging numbers and all that. And then we were communicating like on a consistent basis, like pretty much throughout the day, every day. He was doing little things for me. Like he made me like this basket of like my favorite candy that I liked. And he like bought me this really sweet card and a rose and just different little stuff, just kind of like wooing me. I guess he was like courting me, you know. So I really wasn't quite used to that, like so quick off the bat. I was thinking maybe this is just something like because he's an older guy, this is just kind of how he does or how they get down. Because like I said, I normally date guys that, you know, are close to my age range. I've never dated anyone that much older than me. So, we talking all that stuff, and I'm really feeling him and all that stuff like that, because it's different. Like, I've never talked to anyone that much older than me. So I'm like, okay, this, we got a vibe going. I'm feeling this and all that stuff. I, checked out his Facebook, as you always do, check out everybody's social media and all that stuff. So I didn't notice anything when I initially checked, because he didn't really post a lot. So I didn't feel the need to like go all the way back to like, years or whatever. I just checked like maybe like this year and like last year. I didn't really see anything, so I just left it alone. So when we were talking, he tells me he has a son or whatever, but he told me that the mother of his son, she just pretty much was like, just kind of dropped him off and just kind of was like ghost, like went ghost. Like she wanted to like be a part of the party lifestyle. Like she really wasn't trying to like settle down and all that stuff anymore. So she really wasn't present in his life like that. So I'm like, okay, cool. He also had some tattoos with some names on it. And I asked him about like, are those your kids? And he was like, no, just this one. The other ones are like my nieces and nephews or whatever. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So we get to about, I think it was week 2, because we only were talking for 2 weeks. So it was like a Saturday. So I'm just laying across my bed, and something tells me, my little spidey senses start to tingle. And it said, go check his Facebook again. So I'm like, let me go look. It's Saturday. I wouldn't do anything. So I'm scrolling. I keep going back. I go back further than, 2016. I'm all the way on 2000 and like, I want to say 14. Or was it 14? It was something like that. 14 or 15. I don't remember. And he was saying, he was congratulating someone. And he was like, my son. Now this young man was about 16. His kid was about 4. So I'm like, Now he didn't mention to me that he had another child. He clearly just said the one. So I screenshot, because I gotta have receipts when I ask about this, because men lie. And you really gotta have the proof. Some of them can be so good that they can make you believe that you're not seeing what you're actually seeing. So I had to make sure I had my receipt. I keep scrolling back because now I'm like, oh, okay, so found that, check, see that. So I'm looking, and then I'm noticing a particular woman kept commenting on things. I'm like, she had the same last name as him. I'm like, okay, well maybe this is sister or something. So I click on hers and I'm looking and I see the son, and it's like, now this is a recent picture of the child, and he said she wasn't present in his life like that. I'm like, I don't know, she looks pretty active in his life to me. So okay, that's another receipt. So then I go back a little further, 2011, and he writes, so yada yada yada, and he said something wife at this lady's name. We're gonna call her Rebecca, at Rebecca blah blah blah. So I clicked on that. I said, oh hell no, this mother is not married. So I screenshotted because this was the most important receipt out of all the receipts I was gathering. So I get the thing, I'm like, I'm sitting there looking at my phone like, bruh, like, what? Finally get on the phone, talk to him, and I ask him, you know, I'm like, hey, so I just wanted to ask you something. I said, so are you married? And he was like, no, I'm not married. And I'm like, well, I looked on Facebook and it looks like you are. And then he's like, no. And then I'm like, then I asked him about, you know, the whole thing about the comment about his wife, about him adding her in a status. And he was like, oh, well, we're not really married. We're just saying that because we don't want anyone to know that we had a baby out of wedlock. I'm like, really? This is not 1989. Nobody's checking for that anymore. Who cares? If you were that concerned about having a baby out of wedlock and people finding out, how about you just get actually married? So this nigga must think I'm like boo-boo the fool. Like, no, you mean to tell me as a grown-ass man, you in your 40s, you out here fake married? Really? Really? And I was supposed to believe that? Bruh, y'all getting real creative with these lies, I tell you, real creative. Really are. You really think I'm supposed to believe that you're out here fake married? I said, so she bought her own ring. So you mean to tell me she bought her own ring? He really didn't have a clear-cut answer. He was just really bullshitting. It's a lot of hums and hums. So he really just like tried to play me and really thought I was gonna believe that he was fake married. I can't even say my feelings were hurt because it was only like 2 weeks, even though I did like him or whatever. It was only 2 weeks. But it's just like the fact you had me in that position where something could have gone really wrong. Like, what if we were out and she saw us or her friends saw us and if she would have came for me, because you know they always come for the women first. So she would have tried to fight me over some shit I didn't even know I was a part of. So it's like, you really could have had me in a potentially dangerous situation. Like, you could have had my reputation out here all messed up. Like, I don't get down like that. I told him, I said, look, I don't know who you think this is or who you think I am, but I do not get down like that. Like, I don't play about marriage. Like, if you married, don't even look my way. Like, cause it's not about to go down. Like, I'm not that type of girl. I would like to be married one day. So that's not the type of karma that I want to come back on me. Like, no. And not to mention, the names on his arms was his other kids. Yeah. So he lied about that too. So it's like, you just out here lying, just like for what? Like, you didn't have to lie about the whole kid thing. Like, that was just unnecessary lie. It just really just bothered me. I was more bothered than anything. Like, wow, I'm like, this lady out here thinks she got a good man, and this man over here courted me. Man, it just disgusted me. Like, I just didn't like that at all. It's like, don't recruit me in your bullshit. Don't recruit me. Let me know what's up and let me decide if I want to be a part of it. Hope you guys enjoyed this story time video. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. tell me if this happened to you and you were dating someone that you didn't know was married. Leave it down below. I would love to read about it. Like, so we could share in each other's, I don't know if I want to say pain, but disgust, because I was very disgusted by this. But yeah, so make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.